If you're here to research your upcoming trip to Rome,
then look no further. We're Field Divisions, a family of 3 that's been travelling the world since March 2022, and we've just spent 3 epic days in Rome.
As a family, woohoo!
Woohoo!
Safe to say, we've learned a thing or two about what works and what really doesn't when exploring Rome with a toddler. So we've put together the ultimate 3-day Rome trip for families, stress-free, stroller-friendly and packed with iconic sites.
In this video, we're going to be sharing with you all the top things to do as a family in Rome. And we're also going to be sharing all the best food places as well. It's in no particular order. Make sure you stick around to find out.
From skipping the long lines at the Colosseum to finding the best gelato near the Pantheon to toddler-proof piazzas where you can actually sit down and breathe, we've got you covered. So stick around because we're about to show you how you can do Rome in 3 days, the family way.
And just like that, we've made it to Rome.
Yay, let's go! And I have to say, it's actually a really, really nice airport. I do not remember this when we last came in 2017. Wow.
The most convenient way to get from the airport to the city is a taxi. There are obviously other options such as getting a bus or a direct train which goes to the Termini station into central Rome, but we decided to take the easy option and pre-order a taxi using Klook. It was really simple. You search for a personal transfer service, enter your flight details, and there will be someone waiting for you at the arrivals with your name cards. That's something that we always wanted to do.
You take this? Okay. Thank you.
Grazie. Get your Italian out now.
Oh, you know what? I need to learn some Italian phrases actually, Frazzy.
So
what is
ciao
it?
is hello, grazie
hello?
is thank you.
Grazie. And that's
Por
what we
favor
say.
is please.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Grazie. Okay.
Yeah,
so we're getting taught now. Bro.
We have to have the proper.
Grazie.
When it comes to hotels, you want to pick one that's in a central location to all the various attractions you're looking to visit. We decided to book the Independent Hotel because of its close proximity to many of the places we wanted to visit over the next 2 days. It was about a 15 to 20 minute walk to the Trevi Fountain, Colosseum and so many other sites.
Ooh, let's do a room tour. Wow, this is nice.
Oh, this is a nice big room.
This is actually quite big room.
I got it.
Wow, what do we have here then, Zakaria? We have a nice king-size bed. Wow, I've got a really nice TV. This is actually really modern. Ah, look, and we've got a nice view outside with a big window, and you can see the sunset. There we go. Lights on. Look at this. This is a nice modern bathroom. It's really nice.
Wait a sec. He was not joking about this view, was he?
Wow.
Whoa, mate. That view is absolutely insane.
Wow, so many cars. Look at that car.
Wow, this rooftop is insane.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So stunning.
Look.
Just
It's a sunset in as well.
What color?
Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, right by our hotel, we have the La Familia Restaurant, which we're now heading to. Literally around the corner. It takes about a minute. I can see it now. Looks like there's people queuing outside. I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest. Hello. Wow, this is cozy, isn't it?
Very cozy indeed.
We just placed an order and we've just ordered some pasta, and we confirmed there is no alcohol in the pasta, so it's 100% halal.
Yeah, so one thing that you have to check when you come to Rome and around here is, in Italy actually in general, is just confirm that there's no alcohol in the sauce of the pasta, because a lot of the dishes that contain alcohol, it's just safer to ask, to be fair.
Here we have it, guys. Mags pizza, you can't go wrong.
That's actually a very nice margarita pizza.
Is it nice? Well, I have to say that food was absolutely delicious. What a way to start our Italian adventure here. That was really nice food.
Banging
wasn't it?
food, mate. Banging food.
After a good night's sleep, it was time to get exploring. But before that, the all-important breakfast. And this hotel did not disappoint.
You okay there, honey?
I've got a plate full of cheese.
You got cheese there.
Idama, and then I've got 2 of the ones that I don't know the name of.
And then you got some soft cheese there as well. Enjoy, honey bunny.
When in Rome.
When in I went for a slightly healthier plate because I know there's going to be some tiramisu consumed today. Breakfast here, 10 out of 10 I have to say. Even Zakaria's enjoying it as well.
After a good breakfast and a 20-minute morning stroll along the Roman streets, we arrived at our first spot of the day, and possibly the most iconic of them all.
The Trevi Fountain!
The most visited fountain in the whole world. We booked a guide to give us a bit of a history lesson of the fountain and how it was commissioned. Interestingly, many people throw coins into the fountain for good luck.
One interesting fact is a lot of people throw a coin into the fountain thinking that it's going to bring them luck. But actually, that's not the legend. The legend says that if you throw a coin with your right hand over your left shoulder and you get it into the fountain, you will return back to Rome. And the great thing is we did this many years ago and now we're back in Rome. So the legend works.
It's estimated around 3,000 euros is thrown into the fountain every single day, which is around 1 to 1.5 million over the year. The money is collected by the local government and then is sent to different charitable causes, so it's good to know the money goes to good use. Next, we went to an underground museum, Visus Caparius. Dating back to the 4th century AD, this house has been meticulously restored to give us an understanding of how Romans lived at the time. You can see how water was fed into the Roman houses via the complex aqueduct systems and get to see how clear the water was. It's truly amazing to see how this was done all so many years ago. This underground tour was really good and our tour guide went above and beyond to explain the significance behind this excavation site.
It's definitely worth coming to this underground house museum because it is a house that is almost 2,000 years old. It's one of the few houses that have been excavated that shows how there was direct water access to the house underground, which is very, very rare back in the Roman days because it was quite expensive. It's really interesting.
Before our next step, we decided to get some food. Having pizza and pasta the night before, we were craving some meatiness, and luckily we found a kebab shop called Chicken Hut, which was also halal. Central Rome doesn't have a whole load of halal options, but you will find halal kebab shops dotted around the main tourist areas, which is a welcoming break from the usual Roman Italian cuisine. So I decided to get some grilled chicken and salad to keep it healthy, and Nadia obviously went for the burger. So after a quick food stop, on to our next stop. One of the must-see sites in Rome is obviously the Colosseum, a famous stage for the games where gladiators fought to entertain the crowds and to gain their freedom.
Anything kind of Roman history related is something that I'm really, really interested in. I love the gladiator movies. I love all these TV shows and series that are Roman based, like Rome, Gladiator, all that stuff. So looking forward to this tour. It'll put some of that kind of stuff that you see in movies into real life, which is going to be nice.
There's many tours to choose from, all varying in prices, but the one that stood out to us was the one aimed at children. Having a small group of children meant Zakaria wasn't the only child on the tour and made him more comfortable when we were walking around. It also meant that we could get a simple history lesson along the way too. Zakaria really enjoyed the tour, and while he didn't really get the history because he's only 3, it did mean we could enjoy the tour without a cranky kid, which is priceless. An added bonus was our guide recommended some local food spots for us to try out that weren't the typical tourist traps. Now that is truly priceless. We do get asked a lot how we manage our trips when we travel. While we typically book using multiple sites, for this trip we used Klook to book all our activities, from the transfers to and from the airport, the hotel booking and all the sites we visited. It was a game changer and made planning our trips so much simpler. It's an easy app to use with loads of options, and we loved the fact that everything was in one place rather than searching multiple emails in our inbox for the different confirmations and e-tickets. An added bonus is the support that you get from Klook if you need to change bookings, timings and all that stuff. So if you're planning your next trip and want a simple solution, use Klook to make things easier. There's a link in the description below. After the tour, it was time for another snack and a nice little picture opportunity.
So right by the exit of the Colosseum, opposite is a place called Cafe Roma, and it's a good pit stop to get some snacks and go to the toilet, but you have to buy something. And we got some gelato and I got some cafe crema, which is basically the Roman or Italian equivalent of an iced espresso.
And right by Cafe Roma, you've got these nice brick walls where you can sit down, enjoy your ice cream and get some nice pictures of the Colosseum in the backdrop. We just got some cute pictures of Zakaria eating his ice cream here.
Right across the street from the Colosseum is the Roman Forum. This was once the centre of day-to-day life here in Rome. From speeches to criminal trials, a place to protest to where elections were held, this was the epicenter of life in Rome. When you book your Colosseum tour, entrance to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill will also be included, and you can visit within 24 hours of when the ticket is first scanned. Though we'd recommend doing it all together as they are literally right next door to each other. As the evening drew in, we had time for one last site before heading to dinner, Pantheon, a 2nd century Roman temple and since 609 AD a Catholic church.
So the Pantheon is still, even 2,000 years later, one of the only domes in the whole world which is unreinforced concrete and still standing. So it makes you think, how on earth did they build these things back then? It's crazy, like literally modern technology, modern building methods still don't triumph over how things were built in ancient times. And that is one of the things that really, really amazes me when you come and visit these historic marvels. And that's why it's really important to go out there and see these things.
After a day of exploring, it was time to head to dinner and a place recommended by our guide. But we had one issue. It was absolutely packed and the queue was very long.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to eat here because that's like very, very long time. Piccolo buco is like very, very good local food, but yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Not wanting to wait for 1 hour for a table, we decided to just simply head next door.
Oh wow, look at that. That's Zacharia's pasta, wow.
And this is mine?
That's yours, yeah?
Aww.
Looks really good.
Zacharia's pasta, it tastes absolutely delicious. That is one of the nicest pastas I've ever had. Oh my god, that is so good. Oh gosh, that salmon is banging. 10 out of 10 for me.
That is just what I wanted, a bit of protein.
What a crowd.
Banging.
And so, after a delicious dinner, it was back to the hotel to rest these feet, ready for another busy day of exploring. The next day, we headed to explore the Vatican in a special way. We'd recommend booking the early access tickets, which gives you a chance to be the first ones to enter the Vatican and skip the long queues. It does mean having to get to the Vatican about 7:45 in the morning, which obviously means an early wake up, but it's really worth it. To make things easier, get an Uber from your hotel. It really doesn't cost much at all. After meeting our guide at the meeting point and getting wired up in these bright green headphones, we made our way to the queue to enter. Even at 8 AM, it's busy already. A few security and tickets checked later, we're ready to explore.
Welcome to another country, honey bunny. Country number 81 for you.
Oh yeah, actually, strictly speaking, because the Vatican City is its own country, with its own army, with its own post office, with its own transportation system, right?
Own coins.
Its own coins as well, and currency, where it's got euros, but they print different versions.
One of the great things about having a guided tour is going to the right places at the right time, like having the beautiful gardens all to ourselves as soon as they opened in the morning.
Wow, this is so beautiful. This is like the best view that you could get. Look at all those people over there walking, right? And little do they know, you can actually come down here, bang on like 8:30 and get these gardens all to yourself, right? No one else here apart from our group and a couple of workers, right? And then you've got an amazing view of St. Peter's Chapel right there. While the size of the whole Vatican City is around 2 kilometers, the roads and the pathways in the actual museum itself totals around 7 kilometers. So that's a lot of walking that you can do around here to get in and out the museum and see around it. So though it is like 2 kilometers square meters and you could probably walk from one side to the other in 20 minutes, to explore the whole place, you do need a bit amount of time. And to be fair, it's like scattered all over the place. So our guide has basically just taken us to all the kind of main places around here.
Our guide then went on to give a tour around the Vatican Museum, visiting the different rooms, showcasing the history of Rome and the various artifacts that have been excavated over the centuries. It was interesting to hear that majority of the possessions in the museum isn't from Christian history, but rather of paganism, because that was the original religion of Rome.
So that stone is used a lot in the paintings here that you'll see also in the Sistine Chapel. So it comes from Afghanistan, and Michelangelo used that stone to get the blue sky in the Last Judgment. picture, so we'll see that in a minute, but you'll be able to see like how blue it is. And the only way to do that is using natural pigments from the lapis stone.
After a few hours of walking around and seeing the museum pieces, it was time to enter the Sistine Chapel, the masterpiece everyone comes to see here in the Vatican. Unfortunately, there's no recording or talking allowed in this area, so we weren't able to capture pictures, but regardless of if you're a history buff, an art enthusiast or not, it's hard not to appreciate the masterpiece behind this painting that took over 4 years to complete.
Okay, we say goodbye to the Vatican.
Goodbye, my friend.
Are we back in Italy now?
We are back in Italy now.
Are we?
We're back in Rome.
At this point, it's going to be lunchtime. Right around the corner from the Vatican is a lovely food spot, and it's a little different to the Italian cuisine you've probably been having the last few days. Habibi is a Tunisian restaurant serving up delicious grills and shawarma sandwiches, which is also halal. We went for the mixed grill and a shawarma sandwich. Both were really good and very big portions, so if you're not that hungry, you probably could get away with sharing one dish between 2 people. After food, we decided to get our first metro trip here in Rome, right around the corner from the Vatican. Taxis can be really expensive in Rome, so the metro is definitely a good way to get about. Also, if the central hotels are a bit out of your budget, then pick a place that's close to a metro station. Getting in and out the city would be much easier, plus you save some cash too.
Let's go!
Let's go. Watch your hand this way here. Oh yeah! Hey, 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 hey. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Our first experience. Let's get in. Are we gonna have space?
I think we will.
Just squeeze through here.
There we go, just about.
Just when you think there's not space, you always find space. This is what our train journey looks like. It's quite busy.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And then on the top there, you've got all the stations.
Be careful. Be careful.
So we've got 3 stops.
Yeah.
With all the spots we went to the previous day, there were a few that we missed off. We decided to check out the Spanish Steps and get an iconic dessert, tiramisu. Strangely enough, the original tiramisu doesn't contain alcohol.
Hello. One tiramisu, please. I just confirmed there's no alcohol in this one, yeah? The original doesn't have alcohol, yeah, exactly. There you go.
So most in Italy are halal friendly, but it's always good to check in advance though, just in case.
So we've made it to one of the most photographed spots here in Rome, which is the Spanish Steps. And I believe there's 135 steps that take you to the top that connects to a church.
And in 2019, it was banned to sit down on the steps, and I can see how the rules are being enforced and everyone is following the rules. It's really, really great to see people actually respecting the rules.
We're going to be law-abiding too. We're going to perch here now.
And what we also did was, we've got our Pompeii tiramisu here, which we picked up a few minutes ago. So I'm going to give this a go. Look at it. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Deliciousness right there. This is how tiramisu should be, man.
Now, after a little rest, it was time to head to our highlight of the trip, a traditional cooking class with a local family in the outskirts of Rome. After being given the address, we decided to take a taxi, which was around a 30-minute drive, enough time to also get in a quick nap. When we arrived, we were greeted by Marco, who led us into a beautiful house to meet his amazing wife, Maria. They gave us a quick tour around their house and their lovely garden, and it was great to see the fresh citrus fruits, vegetables and herbs all being grown in the back that would be used for the cooking in our food today. Then it was time to get stuck in. Pasta, ravioli and tiramisu for dessert, but a different variation on the dessert that's different from what you get in the shops. First up, it was time to make the pasta dough, a simple recipe of just semolina and eggs. Then it's time to start preparing the cream for the tiramisu. Normally it's just cream, eggs, sugar and some mascarpone all whipped together, but Maria's version added flour and was cooked over a low heat to make the cream thicker and more of a pudding-like consistency.
Try
Wanna try it?
Put your finger on it.
Try it.
Is it yummy?
Do you like it? Yeah, you like it, yeah.
After letting the pasta dough set, it was time to shape and cut the pasta using the pasta machine. Every Italian home is equipped with one, much like a rolling pin and a tawa, a pan to make chapatis in Pakistani households.
Pasta has successfully been made. Here we have it, just underneath Looks absolutely delicious. Now we are going to be making ravioli.
And lastly, we finished up on the dessert. A classic spinach and mascarpone mixture was used as a filling for the ravioli, and it was cooked in butter and sage. The fettuccine was cooked with butter, pepper and parmesan. Cacio di pepe, which is a classic Italian dish. One thing about Italian food is that it's very simple. A few ingredients bring out the flavour and nothing more, so it's quick and easy to prepare.
The pasta!
Yes. Moment of truth, the cacio e pepe. That's what we made earlier.
Do you have blue car?
And before we eat, we say Bismillah.
I have this car. I buy
That fresh pasta is something else.
Good?
What do you think? Yeah?
Delicious. That's so good.
So next one we have ravioli with spinach and ricotta inside it, and it's made in a butter and sage sauce. That ricotta flavour is so good. So that is the finished article of the tiramisu. I'm just going to go in. Oh yeah, look at that.
Get Nano's reaction.
Happy! Yeah, she's happy.
She's happy now.
It was a true labour of love. This activity is a great way to finish up your time in Rome, and it's something different to the usual sites. Learning how to cook pasta and realising that it's actually healthy was really fun. That's it for our guide. Hopefully we've given you some good tips for your next trip. Make sure you download Klook to book all your adventures in one place. Use the link in the description below and we'll get a little kickback from the activities you book at no extra cost to you, but it helps to support us and continue to provide valuable content like this video. Remember, follow your vision guys, and we'll see you on the next video.